First time in my career, I'm going to be introduced as British champion. It's a very special feeling, and the fact that I'm coming out as the champion and not the challenger, just, you know, it feels good and it makes me want to stay at that level and obviously go further. The fight with Felix Cash is a big fight. It's the biggest fight of my career to date. 2 challenges, 2 undefeated fighters. He's Commonwealth champion and British champion, so it makes for a good fight. So it was a big fight for both of us, really. But at the end of the day, for me, it's big because winning this fight is going to push me on to, you know, bigger and better things. Yeah, I think Cash will end up regretting, you know, taking this route rather than taking the European route. And like I said, respect to him for taking this route and fighting me. He said he wanted to be a British champion in the past, and he's showing that he wants to be. So I know he's going to come, you know, fully prepared for this, because this is what, you know, he said he wanted. But at the end of the day, probably the wrong move. I think I got, you know, better boxer.
Bentley, such a good punch picker.
Better mover.
Good work here from Bentley.
Smarter than him in the ring.
Bentley getting in with the right hand, I think.
I know he's been boxing a very long time, he was a top amateur and stuff, but that's the amateurs, isn't it? We're professionals now, it's a different game, and I'm showing that I'm ready to hang at this level. A lot's on the line for this fight, to be honest. I think my belt's on the line, my undefeated record's on the line, and in some ways, I'm not going to say my career, but my career, do you know what I mean? Like being able to push forward at this point. I genuinely want to be the best at it. That's why I call the fights I call for. I'm having the fights I'm having, and people think I'm a bit too over my head, but how else do you be the best by beating the best? Envision the fight many times and I can see myself coming out on top.